everybody, I am here to help you out with the practice test for objective number 7. So if you are totally lost, you can do it right along with me. Please remember to pause, because if you just sit and watch me do all the work, that is not going to help you figure this stuff out for the test. All right, so here we go. Our first question says square ABCD, which is right here, ABCD, is going to be translated. Remember that translated means that we are going to be moving it. Okay, it says x minus 3, y plus 2. So what this means is we're going to take our x and we're going to subtract 3 from each one, and each y coordinate we're going to add 2. Now you actually don't have to do any math for this. So here's how it works. Pause if you want to go ahead and give it a shot on your test. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna take this first one, A, and the x is gonna minus 3. Minus is this way. Plus is this way. Plus is up here, and down here is, whoops, minus. Okay, so we're gonna go minus x. 1, 2, 3, and then y is plus 2. 1, 2. This is our new point. And we're gonna label this A hash. Okay? I want to say hashtag. I think it's hash mark. Now I'm going to have to ask a math teacher, make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, next one. We're going to do the exact same 3. We're going to go over 3. 1, 2, 3, and up 2. 1, 2. And this is going to be B with a hash mark. Okay? Same thing. C. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Letter C, hash mark, and then D. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So now I have all of my letters, and all I have to do is connect them. This is my new shape. Perfectly translated over 3 and up 2. See how that works? Notice these are exactly the same size. Okay, now the question is, what are the coordinates of A? This new A with the little hash mark, okay? So we're gonna look over here to A, and I'm gonna look down here to get my X, and over to get my Y. My X is -7, can you guys see that? So we have x is -7. Make sure you can see. -7, and my y is 3. Oh, couldn't quite see that, I apologize. So -7, 3. That is my final answer. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so for number 2, we're being asked to reflect. Don't get caught up in this fancy language like quadrilateral. That is not important. So the quadrilateral hair, okay, the reason it's hair is just because that's what the spell, C-H-A-I-R, is hair, okay? It wants you to reflect it across the y-axis. So remember, when we are reflecting, we're seeing how far away something is and then just translating it. So watch this. This point, it's 1, 2 to the axis. So I'm going to keep moving that same number. 1, 2. Here is my new point, and I'm going to label that A. Okay, here we go for H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, another way that we can check this is we can look and make sure that these points match. So this A is at 2, this A is at -2, this H is at 7, this H is also at -7. It's exactly the opposite. Let's try that one for the I here. So this one is at 3, so this one should be right here at -3. That's our I. And our R is at 6, So we'll take that over here to -6. Notice they're all in the same line. Make sense? All right. So let's go ahead and fill in this weird looking shape here. And now it's reflected. Now here's the question. The question is, what are the coordinates? Okay? So for our coordinates, let's look at H. Remember, H has one little hash mark, so that's this guy right here. So we're gonna look down, so we have -7 and 3. So we're gonna write that down for -7 and 3. For A, remember, it's very important to make sure you're lining up the correct coordinates with the correct point. So A is down to -2 and 1. -2 and 1. Next will be I. So what would I be? Up to -3 and over to -2. Very important. Remember, the X always goes first. Here's Y, up to -6 and over to -2. -6, -2. Okay, perfect. Another way that you know that this is right is if you think of this axis being right here, if you think of this being a mirror, and it looks identical on both sides, it's the same distance away. Shapes are exactly the same, nothing bigger, nothing smaller. All right, now we're being asked to translate this new shape. See how it has the little hash marks here? Translate the new shape. We're gonna go +8 -5. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did up here. But you gotta be careful. Watch how it's like X +8. That means you need to move over first. Remember, this way is plus, and then we're gonna subtract 5. Okay, and then this way down here, this way is down. This will always be up. This will always be down for the X's. Okay, so let's look at each point and move it +8 -5. Go ahead and try it on your own. And then pause. All right, let's try each one. Remember, it doesn't matter what order you go in. Let's start here. +8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. This will be I. And now we've moved it for the second time, so we're gonna put 2 little hash marks. Okay? Let's try the next one, R. We're gonna go over 8 and down 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? That's letter R, 2 marks. Now also notice, these 2 are in a straight line. These 2 are also in a straight line. I can even check by looking there. Oh, there's 3 boxes between these 3, and there's 3 boxes between these 3. These lines are exactly the same. All right, let's try H. Over 8, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. Okay, that's for H. Going through and labeling each of these points as you're doing them can only help you guys. All right, let's do A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here, that's A. Okay, let's fill in our shape and then ask ourselves, does this shape look exactly the same as the other 2 shapes? Well, not the other 2, because this one is backwards. But these 2, because it's translated, it should be in the exact same direction. Whereas these are reflections, so they are exactly opposite. Does that make sense? All right. Huh. Does that look a little funny? This looks a little off to me. Did I make a mistake? Let's see. Is there a difference here? This is 1, 2, 3 high. 1, 2, 3, a little bit more high. Huh. across one. No, I guess it's right. It's just something's throwing me off. But it's always good to check if you're not sure. Maybe the H is off. Hang on, let me make sure I did this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that looks like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the R. Yep, it's a little deceiving, but these guys check out. They're exactly the same. All right, let's write down these new coordinates. Okay, so our translated ones, remember, see two little hashtags. We're looking for letter H. I'm going to look up to the X, which is 1, and over to the Y, -2. 1, -2. A, I'm going to look up to the 6 and over to -4. 6, -4. I, up to the 5 and over to -7. And then R, up to the 2, over to -7. There we go. All done. Okay. Last one. This one says rotate triangle ABC clockwise. Oh my gosh, rotations. These are my kryptonite, you guys. These are really, really difficult for me. If you're laughing at me right now because you think they're easy, good for you. Okay, I'm happy they're easier for you, but me, I need to use my notes. All right, it says it wants me to rotate 90 degrees clockwise around the origin. Okay, what are the coordinates of the original and the new points? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do first. First, I'm gonna write down all my original points. So notice I have the letter here, and then I have the letter with the little hash mark after it. So let's start with the original. So A is at what? It's at -7, 3. -7, 3. B is right here. It is at -1, 1. -1, 1. And C is at what? -4, -4. Okay, now, here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna go back to my notes, okay? Here are my notes that I took in class. Now, I'm not in Miss Simas's class, so your notes probably look a little bit different. But I'm gonna look at my rotation coordinate rules, okay? And look, here is 90 degrees clockwise. For 90 degrees clockwise, my rule is I need to take my coordinates and I need to switch them and then make the second number negative. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write this rule down on my paper. I'm gonna copy it, okay? So I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, can I see it on here? Yes, I can. So it's XY, and that's gonna change. And the new one is gonna be Y, -X. That's my rule that I follow for 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, now that I've used my notes and I know this is what I have to do, this is what I'm gonna do for each of these. So I have -7, 3. So I have to flip these numbers. My Y is gonna stay the same. So my 3, I'm gonna move to here, 3. And then my -7, I'm gonna put here, but I'm gonna change the sign. So this is negative, so I'm gonna make it positive. 3, 7, okay? And then I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna look for 3. 1, 2, 3, and up to 7. There is 7, 3, 7, and that's gonna be A with a little mark. All right, next I'm gonna do B. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna start with my Y. My Y is gonna stay the same. It's just gonna be exactly the same. And then my X is gonna go here, but I'm gonna change the sign. That's a negative, so I'm gonna make it a positive. See, opposite sign. So 1, 1. Now let's graph it. 1x, and 1. And that's going to be B, hash mark. Okay? All right, and then for letter C, exact same thing. That one's a negative, so it's going to stay negative, -4. And this one is also negative again, so we're going to make it positive at +4. Okay, so let's write that one, -4 and +4. Okay, and that's going to be C. All right. Okay, and I'm going to do this and close in my shape. Okay, now, how do I know that this is right? So something that you can do, I'm going to try really hard to do this so it's going to show up. I'm going to go over this with a Sharpie so you can see it. So obviously you don't need to do this on your test because you're going to be in a classroom, so it's going to be a lot easier to see. All right, but that's my new shape. Now watch. I'm going to get a plain piece of binder paper, assuming I can find one. When I was a kid, we did this with parchment paper, but we'll see how this works. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's my scratch piece of paper. What I'm gonna do is, you probably can't see anything. Oh, looks like you can see that shape a little bit. I am gonna trace this shape exactly. Right here. Here is my old original shape that came on my test. And then we're rotating around the origin. This is the origin right here. See that? Now on my paper, it's right here. This is my origin spot. Okay, now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna rotate it around my origin 90 degrees. So that is lined up. And I can see that my shape that I made is exactly on top of my Sharpie line. Can you guys see that? Can you see through that? I hope so. But I know that that's 90 degrees, so I know that that is correct. So I'm all set. So those are the answers to my practice test. I hope this was helpful. I will go ahead and I will post a picture of this in my Google Classroom so everybody can see it. But I hope this helped you out with Objective 7. Good luck on your test tomorrow. Bye.